Oh,
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Wednesday, and if it's Wednesday, that means it's your turn to be heard on the Audible Sports Podcast, where sports meets life and culture. I am Bobby G, along with the big homie Wildcard Mark. What's happening, bro?
man, you already know, man. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. How you doing, my brother?
I am terrific, and I will tell you why shortly. I'm super terrific. I got my chest puffed out and
Oh, I
all of
gotta.
that good stuff, and we got a
Ooh.
lot to get to. But, however, before we get into all of that good stuff, whether you are joining us for the first time or whether you are an Audible veteran, do me a favor, follow the directions on your screen. Go ahead, hit that like button for me. Subscribe and turn your notifications on so you know the next time when you have the opportunity to be heard, which is every Friday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead
Mhm.
and show you what you guys are in for on today's episode. 17. She's only 17.
Hey,
17. That song would
hey.
not play very well in today's day and age.
No,
Just
it wasn't.
ask, just ask a few people that I know. My man Sean. We ain't gonna go no further than that. Robert. You know. Yeah. We gonna leave that alone.
That's it. That's
That's it.
right there.
That's it. Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
this
that's
week,
hilarious.
as always, we got our shout outs and honorable mentions, including one lucky student, man. I'm telling you, hey, I don't know how he did it, but he did it, and I'm glad for him. Major League Baseball makes a historic update. We can get into that, and I'm not a huge baseball fan, and a big part of why I'm not. I'll tell you about it as we get into that. Timberwolves run out of luck. LUK.
Oh, I see how you. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
This show did run out, but there's a bigger reason why they failed in that series, and we're gonna talk about that. As well as get into our NBA Finals preview. This will be our final episode before the series kicks off next Thursday in TD. It was TD Bank Arena in Boston. We're just gonna put it like that. Whatever it's called, in the new Boston Garden. And of course, as always, we have our mental check-in / Fit Friday challenge as we help promote good mental health amongst the male community. So, with that being said, shout outs and honorable mentions. You got anything for them?
Hey, man, I want to give a shout out to all the ladies playing softball right now. You got the Women's College World
Hey,
Series kicked off yesterday. And of course, the dominant Oklahoma Sooners, led by Patty Gasso, they out there showing out. But hey, man, shout out to all the ballers out there on them softball fields, man. I love a good softball
absolutely.
tournament, and I love watching what the ladies do, man. They be out there playing some ball, man. They be
Yeah,
rocking it, man. I
yeah,
love
they
it.
be
I love it,
slinging that pill, man. Like, ugh. Man, I
man.
tried to hit one of them pills. Thought I was man. I'm gonna knock this joint out. Nope,
Nope.
wrong. Tell you, man, they be slanging that pill, man. It's really a sight to see.
Yeah, it really is. They be doing their thing,
Um,
man.
yeah, for me, shout out a UCLA student. He's decided to remain as anonymous as he can. But he hit a huge parlay, man. 50
Ooh,
bucks. 50 bucks. His parlay was on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, on Michigan to win the national title, and the last leg of that parlay was the Dallas Mavericks to win the Western Conference.
wow.
Paid out at 1975 to 1. So his
Mm,
$50 turned into $98,750. Shout
woo.
out to that man. He gets a huge jump on paying off those student loans.
Sure do.
Absolutely. So shout out to him. Uh, Back up the Brinks. Shout out to Jalen Waddle, man. 3 years, 84.75 million, seventy
Oh
six
man.
million guaranteed. Shout out for him for getting the bag. I know there's a couple of other receivers that are waiting on that bag. They play the wing game. They wait on one domino to fall. So Justin Jefferson's lining up, Jamar Chase is lining up, T Higgins lining up. Uh, so, but Jalen Waddle's a pretty big domino to fall, and
Yeah.
shout out to him for getting that bag. I think the annual number makes him the fourth highest paid receiver in the NFL.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, So shout
I
out
ain't,
to him for that.
I ain't even gonna lie. I think it was 3 years, 84 something million for the
Mm,
extension. 76 of it guaranteed. He damn near
yeah,
got a
seventy
full
six.
contract, man.
Yeah, pretty
Woo.
much. I mean, for 3 years, hey, young boy, what is he? 25? So
Yeah.
he gonna be right back at the table in a couple more, as long as he
Hey,
keep the numbers up. So
get paid.
yeah,
Young brother, get paid.
and I want to send a super special shout out to the homie Luka Doncic. Why Luka Doncic, you ask? I'm gonna go ahead and let me see if that showing that charisma and why he will be the face of the league.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear that? Relatively soon.
Yep.
Um,
Shit.
but yeah, Kyrie, they asked him about his leadership, and essentially he said his journey to leadership started last in the offseason, because one of the knocks on him was, despite his talent, he wasn't really able to be the best player on the championship team. Uh, he's still not the best player on this team. Clearly, Luka's the better player. However, you can clearly see his influence over everybody.
Wait, hold on, whoa. I don't mean to cut you off, my brother, but did you just say Did you just say Luka's the better player?
Yes, Luka Doncic is better at basketball than Kyrie Irving.
Wait. We talking all elements of basketball, like overall elements of basketball.
Yes, he's a better basketball player.
You know what? We gonna keep the show going. Put a tab in that. We gonna have to discuss that next week.
Hey, nothing but thing.
We
better than Kyrie. I don't know.
Hey, Ron,
think on it, Ron. Think on it.
Hey, Ron, we gonna have to get with Bobby next week. We gonna put a pin in that conversation because I got a feeling that's gonna drag our time, and we gotta pass
next week.
It's now.
It is now next week. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been disposed of.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching, I just want to give you a quick behind the curtains little sneak peek. So really, after me and Bobby had that conversation, we got off air, and the game was already in motion, and I was off doing other things, and he called me. He was like, "Bro, did you see that?" I'm like, "What happened?" Man, I turned on the channel. I turned on
Luka.
Luka there hit the damn game-winning shot, and I'm like, "Oh, Luka over here giving my man Bobby G ammunition." I'm like, "Oh Lord!" I said, "Boy, he gonna get me next week," and I like, man, I'm gonna have to come up with some ammunition to combat this situation. So here we are. That damn Luka.
Thank you, Mr. Doncic. Yes, that man is very, very good at basketball.
He is.
And I can't wait to see these finals. But before we get into that, both of those topics, let's go ahead and talk about, to me, the huge news. To me, honestly, this is one of the bigger things sports wise to happen in my lifetime. I think I'd have to admit, and as many of you heard, hopefully you all have heard, Major League Baseball made the decision to integrate the stats between the Negro Leagues and the Major Leagues. So they basically claimed all the numbers and stats from the Negro Leagues, so that they count towards MLB totals. So no longer are they segregated, separate, which meant right away there was a brand new all-time, I think, single season batting average leader.
Mr. Johnson. Yes, sir.
Yep. I think he took down several records. I think single season slugging percentage. I think career batting average, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
He took, but yeah. And what I'm still murky on. Did they combine? So I know Satchel Paige was fortunate enough to play in both leagues. Did they combine his stats?
Yeah, pretty much what they did is, especially for Satchel Paige and
Right.
for anybody that did get a chance to play in the major leagues, they combined the Negro League stats with their Major League Baseball stats and
Yeah.
just put it on total. Um,
Right.
Now, for certain individuals like say like Buck O'Neil
Mm-hmm.
or John Gibson, they pretty much just took all their Negro League stats and just put it all in one stats, and it's just wherever they land, that's where they land. So I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
Like
think
I
it's
said, this is one of the bigger things that happened sports wise during my life. It may rank number one. Uh,
oh yeah.
Obviously, prior to me being born, segregation had legally ended,
Mm-hmm.
and I put an emphasis on legally.
Yeah, legally.
Um, but all the sports had already been integrated.
Yeah.
Prior to maybe the biggest thing that I'd seen sports wise might have been Doug Williams being the first black QB to win the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Um, of course, now several black quarterbacks have been number one overall picks. Um, like I really can't think of what may have been bigger than this, but this happening, and it really affects me because I have a great uncle. His name Mule Suttles,
Mm.
who was a member of the Negro Leagues,
Yes, sir. Very familiar
and
with that name.
yeah, he's a great
Oh,
uncle of mine.
kinfolk, huh?
Hmm.
Oh, that's kinfolk. Okay.
Yeah, great uncle of mine. He was inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame in 2006. Um, at the time I was in the Air Force in Germany. My grandmother and some other elder relatives of mine, they got to go to Cooperstown. Got the whole red carpet treatment. Royal treatment, said they were treated very nice. Said made MLB definitely extended all courtesies. They enjoyed themselves, had the time of their lives, and I mean, obviously, in having a family member being recognized, that's something you definitely want to see and stand up
Yep.
for.
No
But
doubt.
yeah, just quote like it makes me think of the elder members of my family who've been through real things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have I experienced racism in my lifetime? Yes. Have I experienced prejudice in my lifetime? Yes. But not like my grandmother's really been through. Like, I was the first person in my family not born in the South. So
Mm.
my grandmother, her brothers, her uh, parents, and such and so forth, been through real shit.
Yeah.
Like, anybody's familiar with the series Eyes on the Prize,
Mm-hmm.
like I could literally turn that on and see several of my relatives in those clips. Like, they've been through the Dobermans, they've been through the fire hoses, they've been through the process of black and white bathrooms, black and white water fountains, segregate. They've been through that shit. Like, I've not. Um, so the victories that our people have overcome for them are real victories. Like,
Mm.
this is not saying it's equivalent, but in my lifetime, seeing a judgment like that and where our people are being accepted. Well,
Yeah.
fellas, Major League killed the Negro League. You saying that as a good thing or a bad thing, Rob?
Yeah. Yeah. We.
I'm trying. Are you saying they killed it because they, integrated the record, or are you saying they killed it once upon a time? Uh, but just seeing like the acceptance of our people, like, and that, I will be. Look, I'm not a huge fan of baseball. One of the reasons is because a lot of the older rules that are accepted is just commonplace. If you celebrate a home run, the next time you come to bat, I'm throwing at your head. Like, what is that? You could literally kill somebody with a baseball. Like, so, but seeing this was like huge for me. It actually made me gain a little bit of respect for the game. And just it now makes me, along with the fact that Cleveland actually has a decent baseball team this year, seeing them kind of extend this olive brown, and I don't even want to say that because that makes it feel sloppy. This might be the closest we get to reparations, bro.
Damn.
This might be the closest thing we get to reparations, and it came from Major League Baseball. Honestly,
Damn. Damn, no cap though. Hey man, because we sure ain't seeing them 40 acres and a mule no time soon.
you know what I'm talking about, man. But what's your thoughts on it, man?
Nah, man, I absolutely love it. And reason why it means so much to me because as a kid growing up in Kansas City playing baseball, you know, I played baseball before I played football, and
Right.
and all the kids in Kansas City, they'll
Oh,
tell
no,
you,
I
man.
see. That's great. To stop trying to hide that timepiece, man. What we got there?
Nah,
See
nah,
you.
it ain't nothing crazy, man. But all the kids in Kansas City playing youth baseball growing up, we all
Right.
had the pleasure to meet Buck O'Neil. And
Mm.
Buck O'Neil, for those who don't know, played for the Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro Leagues. Stayed in the city too. Stayed
Mm.
in the city till he passed away. And
Nice.
man, I'm talking about. I didn't met Buck O'Neil thousands of times because he, you know, after he pretty much stayed in the city. You know,
Mm.
a lot of people would call him up for motivational speeches, and he come through the church and whatnot. And just to sit back and listen to the stories that he would tell about the times in the Negro Leagues and the the things that you had to deal with. Obviously, by the time the Negro Leagues was going on, it's literally in the peak of segregation, Jim Crow, and all that stuff. So,
Right.
just the stories that he was telling, and a lot of people don't notice that from his own mouth that Jackie Robinson wasn't even the best player that came out the
No.
Negro League.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so imagine if Jackie Robinson did what he did in the Major League Baseball League. Just imagine had it not been segregated to all for for majority of the black players. Man, you talking about it? There'd have been some different situations about major leagues going on back
Absolutely.
in the 40s. So, um, I was talking to my man King Mel over there in the Four Corners of Wrestling, Man Cave Sports Podcast. He was like, "Damn, I'm a Yankees fan." He was like, "What would it look like if the Negro League players been able to play in the majors? Do the Yankees have
Mm-hmm.
27 championships? You know,
Exactly.
so there's a lot of stuff to unpack with them adding the stats, but this even taking a step further, imagine if it was never segregated. Like, how would Major League Baseball look? I think it would look totally different. I don't think there are certain teams that probably would have dominated. It'd
Absolutely.
have been players from the Negro League sprinkled across the whole Major League Baseball, and it probably would have brought a lot of parity because there was so much talent in the Negro Leagues that literally just didn't get the opportunity to shine
Mm-hmm.
in Major League Baseball, and it's sad that they didn't get the situation or the opportunity, I should say, to showcase their talented skills on the baseball diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I mean, it's just sad that in that point in time, if people that look like us had to deal with foolishness like that of being segregated and discriminated upon to that point that you couldn't even showcase your talent on the baseball field. Because how I see it is, if you got game, you got game. It don't matter what you look like,
Exactly.
you know. And I'm glad that Major League Baseball did this. Like you, I did this. I'm kind of still mind blown that it's happened because they've been talking about it for a minute, but now that it's actually happened, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, the game of baseball is trying to really show that, hey, when it comes to baseball, if you got game, you got game, and at the end of the day, we're gonna put your stats where you line up. You
Mm-hmm.
know, ain't no guessing who's the best at hitting or this or that.
Right.
Cat, everything's in there, so it's like if you the best, you the best, and I think it should be that way. It's just sad that 100+ years later, we got to rectify a problem that should have never happened. But hey, it's better
True.
sooner. Is better to happen now than never. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the probably the best way I can spin it is, hey, glad that it happened because hey, it
Yeah.
didn't have to. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't have to. They didn't have to do that.
Absolutely.
So
They could have left it just like it was for the end of time, and
exactly,
nobody probably would have said anything.
yeah. I mean, you still put to have some fight from people still fussing and saying, "Hey, man, make it happen." But hey, you don't have to fight no more. So,
Really.
well, blacks in the majors, they have academies in Spanish territory. Now, you're right, Rod, and
Yeah.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. Baseball is an international sport. All right, it
Yes.
is. But the only problem is in America, certain people are just priced out of certain sports.
Yes.
Um, and unfortunately, with the poverty level, majority of it being made up of people that look like us, they can't afford the bats, the gloves, the baseballs, and the uniforms, or to be part of these travel teams from youth up because they got
Mm-hmm.
travel teams youth up. And you also look at it, certain schools that you go to, you're not going to fund at an athletic department for baseball.
Right.
Um, and that's just, I mean, I hate to say it that way, is we're just priced out.
Mm-hmm.
And they rather take the little money that they get for athletics, put it towards football and basketball, two sports that we excel at. And I hate to be stereotypical, but we excel at basketball and football.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to put their funds that they literally get a certain amount of money for athletics in certain schools, and they put it towards those two sports. And that's pretty much just how it is. I hate that it's like that, but um, until we get more people involved and try to find a way to uh, publicly fund it, uh, you know, for baseball, hopefully the numbers will get back. I mean, that's always been one of the biggest problems in our community is trying to find the funding for it. So
Yeah. But pose this question
yeah,
to you and Rod. So you put and Rod. The only pushback I would give you, Rod, is I don't believe it's that they don't want us to play, because look at who do you push, and what I mean by that is when I was coming up, I had a Ken Griffey to look at. I had a
hmm
Barry Bonds to look at. I had a Bobby Bonilla to look at. I
hmm
had a Reggie Jack. I had a Albert Bell to look
yep.
at. Who who is that player now? Who does
Right now,
Major League put the money behind to then pique the interest of my son who's 9 years old to say, "Hey, Dad, I want to play some baseball."
true, true. Right now, you only pretty much got Mookie Betts, and he's in the MVP running every year. Um, and Rod, stupid. But but you bring up a huge point. I mean, representation matters. I mean,
Yes.
we talk about that all the time, and when you only got Mookie Betts, pretty much is your only representation of people that look like us. Now, there's some Hispanic people that got darker skin tone that you could possibly say, hey, they look like me, look like me, and that's another conversation for another day
Yeah.
on that matter. But I mean, besides Mookie Betts, you're not getting a lot of representation in Major League Baseball,
Mm-hmm.
and and when you put it into that context, Bobby, you're 100%
Mm-hmm.
right. That deters kids from like why would I why would I want to be part of this sport where I don't see people like me playing it,
Right.
on a league level, and we're not
Exactly.
even talking about college level or even in high school. We're talking about the major
Right.
level. Is not too many people that you say that, man, I relate to that person. They
Yeah.
similar background for me, so it kind of deters you from for wanting to get involved in that sport, and that's a sad situation because I loved baseball, and
Mm-hmm.
throughout the years, man, you could count uh, numerous people that probably got the same background like me and you, Bobby, that played the sport. But it's the follow up after
Yeah,
that class retires. Then what? There's not that
yeah.
much after. So.
Because I didn't realize how much representation played a role in things until Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see the reaction and the interest in golf rise when Tiger Woods started to dominate the sport
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago. What's
Hey,
about to happen in football and basketball anyway? So
I can imagine it, Rod, and honestly, that's probably, like I said, I never lived with regrets. But if it's one thing that I would change, I would have stuck with baseball and not quit. I wouldn't have let the coaches kind of push me away from it. And just a quick story on my situation. I literally played
go
baseball
for it.
from literally t-ball all the way up through high school.
Okay.
And my freshman year of high school, I was out there in the hot sun practicing with everybody else, but I was the only brother out there, and he didn't use me. He never. I was the fastest kid. He didn't even use me as a pinch runner, and he was killing my love for the game.
Mm,
And I guess he just thought that I just couldn't play baseball as good as the white kids, and
right.
killed my love for the game. And it sucks that at a freshman in high school I didn't understand what was going on, but
Right.
um I just quit. I was like, man, I'm not gonna put up with this shit, man.
Yeah.
You got me out here in this hot sun. I'm doing all the sprints, doing all the practices, and I can't even get in the game. Like, I got tired of
Right.
running, like, because I ain't gonna cap. I was a good defensive baseball player. I played second base, played outfield. I wasn't the
Mm,
greatest of hitter, but you still could have utilized me in certain aspects to help the team win. He didn't even want to do that, so
right.
I ran into that situation and found out early in my life that, hey, man, there's still cruelty out there in that world, and they're not gonna give you nothing. So, um,
Absolutely.
yeah, he killed my love for the game. Now thinking back on it now, I'm like, damn, I wish I wouldn't let that mother, kill my love for the game. But situations happen like that, and it probably I won't be the only one that's happened to. Probably won't be the last. So,
Oh,
um,
absolutely not.
if there's any young brothers and sisters out there listening, man, don't let nobody kill your love for the game.
Yeah.
You might not see the playing time that you desire, but still, man, especially now that you're seeing that the living that these baseball players is making right now, don't let them kill you. Don't let them kill it. Don't let them, for
But
real.
like the thing that really makes it easy to do that though is that you
Hmm.
have other avenues.
Hmm.
Forget you. I'm all right. I'll go play football then. I'll go play
Yeah,
basketball then. Like
yeah,
it's because you have other avenues. And it's sad that happened to you, man. Like that's
man.
the coaches don't know how big of an influence they can make one way or another.
Oh,
They can
huge.
completely swing a pendulum on somebody, and but yeah, coach wouldn't done that to me though. Yeah, I took it back to his knee. Nah, nah. I play when I play. I stopped playing. But yeah, I was a monster. I never
Hmm.
played t-ball. I played little league and a bunch of sports camps I went to. I was a monster. And yeah, junior high, monster. Got to high school, I quit, man. First day of practice.
Mm.
Yep, first day of practice. Lined them up, batting practice. Oh, let's go.
Mm.
Pitcher throwing that thing up, knocking them out the park. Man. Damn, who just he a freshman? Yes, sir. Lining them up, knocking them out the park, man.
Yeah.
You know what the coach did? He looked at the
Mm.
pitcher, held up two fingers.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, that was giving that sweet music. Yeah. That
Yeah,
meant giving the sweet music, bro.
yeah, no. I'm gonna do a pitch, whiff. What the hell was that? Oh, that's a curveball. Yeah, I
Mm.
quit. We not doing. Y'all not throwing straight no more. Okay, yeah, we up out of here. We up out of here.
He said, we
We
gone.
can get back to this basketball court.
I'm like, damn, curveball, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I was not. I was not ready.
Yeah, that off speed pitch got you, bro.
Yep. Up to then. Oh yeah, I was savage till I hit high school. Yeah, you throw that thing straight, I'm sending it 450.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He said, I'm on. He said, I'm out of here, baby. Barry Bonds. What's up?
But absolutely, shout out to MLB for making that happen. And again, I mean, hopefully this is the first step to actually increase participation.
I hope so.
You know, now kids can look at the record books and see, and I see more of their history.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, yeah, heck, check that lineage, man. It's more relatives than you think out there in the Negro League. So hop on Ancestry.com. So
real,
you know, you never know. You might be Satchel Paige's great nephew.
For real. Never know.
But what we got next up? Oh yeah, you led to it. We joked we talked about Luka. He really put it on them boys though. Like the Wolves really didn't know what happened to him. I've been telling people for weeks, like, you have to blow these dudes out.
Mm-hmm.
And there ain't no thing, so you got to blow them out because they had one. Kyrie is one of the greatest closers in the history of the NBA. Luka's one of the best closers in the game today. Two of the best ISO players in the game today.
Yeah.
You do not want to be in a close game and see either one of these dudes coming down the court with the ball in their hand 5 minutes ago, down or up 3.
Facts.
Ant-Man did what he could. He did what he could. I can't say he didn't show up. He had one bad game in the series, or one game where it was just like really, really bad. But for the most part, Ant-Man did his thing. If I'm a fan of the Timberwolves, if I'm a part of that organization, I got a big gripe with Cat.
Oh my God! Thank you, brother. I'm gonna let you roll.
I got a big gripe with Cat.
I'm gonna let you roll.
I'm our exit meeting today. I'm sitting down. Ooh. You are 6'11/7 whatever you want to call yourself, 245 to 260 pounds. How are you letting this kid Jones? The boy weighs $105 soaking wet. How are you letting that man guard you? How are you letting Daniel Gafford guard you? How are you letting Derek Lively guard you?
Man, preach it.
Take this man's shot. What do you shoot? 43s in this series?
Oh my gosh.
And like 15 or less shots inside the paint. Pretty much only shot the in the paint on putbacks and second chance buckets. The only game in the series we win is because he hit the 3 threes down the stretch. But in between first quarter till that time, he was getting buckets inside. Mid-range, free throw line and below. You killing. Get your ass down there in the paint and get buckets, bro. Like these two dudes are killing, and you see what Luka's doing. Yeah, he hit the flashy 3. Yeah, Kyrie hit the flashy 3. These two dudes hit more mid-range shots and floaters in this series. Everybody was, it's a 3-point shooting game. Yeah. No. Look at the stat of every playoff game this year. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 games were won by the team who had the most points in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
And we got this 7-foot monster out here want to be Steph Curry.
Whoa. Now, monster. Take that word out. Ooh, take that word out. 7 foot.
That boy want to be Steph Curry. If you don't get to, like, I might really be tempted to trade you, bro.
Tempted. I might. I'm taking the first best offer.
But I gotta find somebody who can at least. Well, no, we got Nas Reed. Nas Reed did what he could do. And I was watching. Shout out to the dudes at the Man Cave, Big Mike and Jay. They was talking on it, and I took Jay's basketball card. I took his basketball card.
He say something crazy, man.
He said the Minnesota Timberwolves offense runs through Cat.
No, it don't. Oh Lord. Oh yeah. I'm glad you took his card.
that man got benched in the last game. He got benched. Series went 5. Yeah, he got benched in game 5. Down the stretch, man, kept taking him out. Game 4 they won. He was in there. Game 3 he got benched. Game 2 he got benched. Like in the last 5 minutes, you saw this dude played a total of like 2 minutes in 3 games. In clutch time.
Mm.
I don't know what team run the offense through a dude and then sit him on the bench.
Mm. Shows you how
Like,
they feel about you. Mm.
Right. It's like I'm listening to the old NWA. Here's what they think about you.
Mm. For real, man.
But like, bro, what are you doing? Like, this is when you need guys like Udonis Haslam. This is where they come in, because he would have went his ass to the bench on one of them timeouts, and Udonis would have smacked the shit out of him. Boy, if you don't get your ass down there and get some buckets.
For real.
Like, this is the importance of having those veterans on the bench that ain't gonna play nan minute, but they there to talk to your stars, bro. Why aren't you doing this? You need, hey, we need you to blah blah blah. Don't pay attention to that, dude. Like, this is why you need those guys on the bench, and that's you can see that's what was missing.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell because Dallas, yeah, they got a bunch of role players, but they got J Kidd in Luka's ear every possession. You got Kyrie, who's a champion, been through it, in Luka's ear. And vice versa. When Kyrie didn't have it, Luka was in Kyrie's ear.
Mm.
Like, go ahead, man. Talk to that man.
Oh man, hey, I am 100% with your frustration with Cat.
Cat is addicted to that cat.
He more is got the makeup of one. They call him Cat, but he play like one. Because I was saying the same thing, my dog. I'm like, how are you not taking advantage of this mismatch? Like, if there was any series for him to take advantage of a mismatch and dominate, it was this. It was this series. Dallas couldn't match up with Cat. You know, size wise, pause. They couldn't match up with him, and you chose to want to be a sharpshooter instead of using your big body to dominate. This is what bothers me with Cat, because we've seen this from him before. This was the reason why he brought in Rudy Gobert, because he said, I'm tired of doing the dirty work. I need a 5. I want to be a shooter. Well, here's the problem with that. You still, and Rudy Gobert, you and him are still the same size, and you're thicker. And you know, you got more mass to your body. And when you got guys who are, you literally physically outweigh them and can outmuscle them, and you letting them off the hook defensively. You are letting them off the hook because you want to shoot threes. And the problem is he wasn't shooting more than 35 or 40% beyond the arc through that series. So there's a problem. I don't mind you shooting the threes, but you got to be shooting upwards of 45 to 50%. He didn't get nowhere close to that. And the fact of the matter is that now that the size advantage is directly in favor for you, and you chose not to, as a player, not take advantage. I'm also looking at the coach. I done told the coach, if I'm the coach, get your ass down there. You take a shot at the 3-point line, I'm benching you. But
or if you're not gonna do that, then fully commit.
Something.
Take out Rudy, put Cat at the 5, put Naz Reid in. Fully commit. Go 5 out. And let Ant-Man give him lanes. Go 5 out and just let him attack the basket.
Exactly.
He'll get a bucket in the paint.
That was killing me, man. I was looking at that the whole time. I'm like, I don't know how you have an advantage and you purposely chose not to take advantage of it. Like to me, that's basketball negligence. That is basketball negligence on all parties, between the coach, Cat, and I'm not gonna blame Ant for it, but if I'm Ant, I'm like, yo, bro, don't come out here. Get to the block. I need you to be posted on that block. I need you to be like Jeezy, posted on the corner like a light post. I need you down on the block with your big ass. Get down there. I couldn't be a teammate of Cat. and him doing that.
No, not today.
Finals. We would have had a drag out fight. Because I would have fussed and cussed at him, and he'd have felt some type of way, and then he been so mad that we got to come to blows. Then by all means, you gonna understand my point. You gonna understand that you are literally letting the defense off the hook by not taking and dominating and not inserting yourself as the dominant big man that you're built to be. He's built like a dominant big man, but he plays like a sissy-fied shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
I'm Ant-Man. I'm on. Hey, call Philadelphia today. Cat and Rudy for Joel. Give me Joel.
Who want him? I'm putting him on the block right now. Who want this soft sissy-fied shooting guard built in the 7-foot body? Who want him? I'm telling you, I'm like you. I'm making calls. Who wants him? I couldn't do it. He frustrated me.
Jimmy Butler tried to warn y'all. Jimmy Butler tried to warn y'all.
Hey, let's move on because I'm getting frustrated even talking about this man. This old sissy-fied 7-foot old punk ass scared to play basketball with his big ass. You want to be in a damn 3-point contest? You ain't no 3-point contest. Get your big ass on the damn block and dominate. I was so frustrated watching that damn series. Like, who is not telling this big mother to get his ass on the block? Hey man, this is what's wrong with some of these basketball players these days. You got to understand the true essence of basketball. It's about finding mismatch, and you got a glaring mismatch, and you blatantly just ignored it. Blatantly ignored it. I'm trading your big sissy-fied ass. Get the hell on out of here, man. This is ridiculous, man. This is crazy.
Like the only thing left is like what's next for Ant, man? Like obviously Ant rose his stock tremendously during the whole playoffs. It didn't work out for him. Like I said, he only had one bad game in that series. He did everything he could. He's obviously one of the guys who's going to be a face of the league for the next 15 years. I mean, Overcut the dude literally told. We're only a couple months removed. This dude literally told a lady he didn't want to be a father, and she needed to find an alternative. So alternative something to do so that he would not be a father. Overcame that to still get the push from the NBA to be one of the faces in the league. That just lets you know what kind of charisma this guy has, along with the game. You gotta have the game.
Bring your ass.
Yeah. If you're a Timberwolves fan, how excited are you about the future, though?
Man, if I'm a Timberwolves fan, to be honest, I'm kind of got a bag of mixed emotions, and the reason why I say that is because I'm excited about Ant-Man. The longer we got Cat on this roster, I can't be too happy. So it's like it's literally a bag of mixed emotions. I'm looking at the future, what could possibly be with Ant-Man and him being in the MVP conversation probably in a yearly basis.
Yeah.
But I got this sissy-fied 7-foot shooting guard, and then my hopes come back down because
you got other pieces though, man. You got Nas Reed. Looks like
he
found his role. Conley's probably only got a couple seasons left.
But here's the problem, Bobby, and me and you know this. When you ain't got that certain mentality, it ain't about. Sometimes it ain't about the physical. It's up here. That Cat ain't got it. You can't fix it. So if I can't fix it, I got to get rid of you. Because they're going to be in the same situation over the next 2-3 years. And why would I waste Ant-Man's prime with a 7-foot sissy-fied shooting guard? Can't fix him. And and unfortunately he's probably one of the obviously Ant-Man's option number one. Your 7-foot shooting guard, 65 shooting guard is option number two. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Bobby, they got to get rid of this dude. I'd rather get rid of him than waste any more seconds, minutes, hours, days, years of Ant-Man's prime. Can't do it.
Yeah, I can definitely understand because as a Cavs fan, we kind of saw that last season when we made the playoffs last season, and our bigs got pushed around by the Knicks. So I literally saw kind of the same thing. It could, like, Daniel Gafford was out there playing volleyball, bro. That man 6'7".
That's wild.
That man 6'7", tossing your shots all around the court. I can't even be too mad at Rudy. Like, y'all left that man on the island with Luka. That's
oh my god.
That's not going. That wouldn't go in well.
Luka been cooking that man since for years.
Yeah. That's why I can't even be mad at him. Like,
hey, Bobby, hey, what? When I saw that play, man, I said, look at Rudy Gobert on skates. That boy looked like he Bow Wow on road bounce. He about to go against Sweetness. He about to go 1-on-1 with Sweetness. It looked like the movie ATL. That boy was on skates. He's in the Cascade or something. Like, boy, they got that man. Why y'all do that to that man? I don't care if you defensive player of the year. I don't give a damn what that award says. You 1-on-1 against Luka was not in your favor at all.
Not at all.
Had that man skating, boy.
Man,
yeah. Only thing missing, man. Boy.
But shout out to the Timberwolves for a hell of a playoff run. They gave us some exciting moments, some of the most exciting plays during the playoffs. The upset of the Nuggets.
That was huge.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that they can keep repping for the quote unquote smaller market teams and keep pushing, keep improving. But the Mavs, it's all about the Mavs. It's all about the Celtics. So many storylines. Obviously, face of the franchise. Kind of a lot of people put it on the Final Four. You had a lot of people up for face of the face of the league. You had Ant coming into. You had Luka. Kyrie's a little bit older. It's too late for him to be the face. Yeah, Halliburton. A lot of guys in the running. JT, Jaylen Brown. Now it's kind of down to Luka and JT. A lot of people think whoever wins the series will be, they'll get that big push from the NBA as the next Boston, the storied franchise. Luka. Luka, big question. Luka is, if the Mavs win, is Luka Doncic right now the greatest Dallas Maverick of all time? Does he pass Dirk?
Oh no! I don't think we could do that quite yet. Oh no! Look, at some point in time when Luka's career is done, he will be the greatest Maverick of all time. He'll pass Dirk.
Championship or not?
Championship or not, I can't put him past Dirk because Dirk was so damn good, but obviously he won't get that praise because of the time that he was playing. I mean, he's playing amongst Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, T-Mac, LeBron James, D Wade. He's playing in the mix of that. But because there was so much greatness around him on other teams while he was playing, people forget how great that Dirk Nowitzki was. And Dirk was a problem.
Absolutely.
Look, I'll give Luka his praise when he deserves it, and but when it's all said and done, he'll have it over Dirk. I just can't give it to him right now because Dirk was just so great for such a long period of time. It wasn't like he had 1 or 2 good years. Like the guy was consistently a baller. So let's let Luka wrap it up in the Mavericks uniform, and I'll give him all the flowers as the greatest Maverick. I can't give it to him right now. Dirk was just too damn good, man. And he had a sister. Remember he walk out with the to-go plates in the Ford, bro? Come on, man. Hey, Dirk, he been to barbecue, bro. He been to barbecue.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, his wife is black.
Yeah, he been to a barbecue, man. I remember my man would come up making millions of dollars a year, but come with the styrofoam plate with the foil on top, like it wasn't nobody business, man.
But I mean, Luka wins a chip in year 6.
I feel you. You make a strong case. You do.
And go. Here's just play devil's advocate. Here's the things. The thing I think I would use to put him over the top. Everything you said about Dirk is absolutely true. The only knock I would have on him is, with the exception of Tim Duncan, KG, he didn't really go through those other names. You know, Luka is going through Ant. Like, granted, they're not the primary defenders on each other, but they spend some time during the game guarding each other. Like he's gonna go through. Like we're looking at it right now. He's gonna be face to face with JT on some possessions. He's gonna be face to face with Jaylen Brown on some possessions.
Yeah,
he went face to face with Shea and Jalen Williams and Giddey and Chet when they played OKC.
Yeah,
he's looked eye to eye Kawhi Leonard and sent him home. Like. That's the only reason, because of the position he plays. He's really taken out some of these dudes, whereas Dirk didn't always.
I feel you. Yeah, because he only had to face certain matchups. Dirk did, you know. Obviously, playing the Spurs, going up against Duncan,
right.
Going up against KG when he was in Minnesota and Boston. So there's only certain points of time where, matchup wise, he only saw, other great power forwards. I can feel you on that point. I can feel
now
you
when they did it though, when they did to his favor, when they did it, it was 100% of the time. Like that's the only those positions they actually match up. When he did play against Tim Duncan, he played against Tim Duncan. He played against KG. It wasn't a lot of switches going on. They was okay. You got yours. Okay, on the other end, I'm coming right back at you. So I'll give him that. Whereas on the wing, it's a lot of switching and pick and roll, so they can get away from each other. But so I give that part to Dirk. When it's on, it's on.
Yeah, I can dig it. But yeah, hey. Just imagine. That franchise in general. You got probably 2 of the greatest European players to ever touch an NBA court in their franchise. So when it's all said and done, people can hate on Luka all they want. I can say whatever I want that I don't like for his style of play.
Right.
But I mean, I'd be foolish to not recognize how good of a especially his offensive skill set. It's just so damn good. I mean, the guy, he can match up with some of the best offensive skill sets in the league. I mean, that's for real. There's no doubt about that. But
he let me ask some defensive plays in that series, though.
No, he did, and we kind of alluded to it last episode where I was like, wow. Oh, my man Luka came up with a couple of clutch, moments when it matters on the defensive side. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay. But let me ask you this: who you think got more pressure? You got Boston, who's now it's their second finals appearance over the last 3 or 4 years, 3 straight Eastern Conference Finals, and then you got the pressure of 2 superstars in Luka and Kyrie. Who do you think got more pressure to win this thing, man?
The easy answer is Boston,
Yeah,
and you can say that only because we watched them grow.
yeah,
People forget. People forget. Jason Tatum's rookie year, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah,
He's been playing big time basketball literally since he stepped into the league.
yeah,
For Jaylen Brown, that was year 2, I believe. Um, and also, um, if you listen to the chatter, remember it was a lot of rift around that team uh, because of Kyrie.
mm-hmm,
Remember him getting hurt and they went on that run without him and then coming back that next season like, nah, I'm not giving up shots because you back. Like, we did it without you, bro. So now you get to stare down. Now they're staring down Kyrie on the other side.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, it's got to be Boston. Like we've watched them grow. We watched them go through the heartaches. They've taken lumps like an old school basketball team.
mm-hmm,
Like how we watch the Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, and them go through it with Boston and the Lakers, and how we watched Jordan go through it with the Pistons. Like we watched all these teams grow and wait their turn. Boston's kind of on that. It's like, but I think right now people are tired of waiting. Like we watched
yeah.
you go through the growing pains. We watched you go to a finals and lose. You lost to the Warriors. We really can't say much. You should be handling your business right now. Like we already got people saying that they've had the easiest road to the finals of any team over the last 20 years. Uh, just you faced an injury riddled Heat team. You faced an injury riddled Cavs team. You faced an injury riddled Pacers team. Um, and now you have the team who's technically not supposed to be there in Dallas.
Mm,
So yeah, all the pressure is on Boston.
yeah,
Dallas, remember, this wasn't supposed to work. Kyrie and Luka can't play together.
yeah, yeah.
We saw it fall apart last season. Oh, you re-signed Kyrie? What are you, crazy? It didn't work last year. What are you doing? And look where they are now. I'll raise my hand for. I was one of those people.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I have my doubts about Kyrie and Luca working.
Yeah, so like, Dallas is in like a win-win.
Playing with
This
house money.
this yeah, like if they lose a 6 game series, nobody's gonna really eat their lunch, especially if Kyrie and Luka come to play.
Yeah,
I think the blame will fall on the others. They didn't have enough help. Now they got to
true.
go out and get more help. Uh, if they lose a tough game, 7 game series, nobody can eat their lunch. If they get swept, okay, now we might have something to talk about.
Hmm.
If they were to get swept, I don't think that'll happen. But
Nah.
uh, yeah, it's all on Boston because now Boston. I said it last week, right here. The thing but it's all lined up for Boston. The only thing that scares me is them getting in the series, looking on the other side of the court, watching Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic dribble the ball, and you look at the clock and it's 5 minutes and it's a 3-point game. That that's literally, if I'm Boston, that's the only thing that scares me. And now here it is in front of your face. So good luck.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. And no, I agree with everything you said. Probably probably just take it a step further is now that you look at Jaylen Brown got paid, Jason Tatum probably
Mm-hmm.
at a contract extension, 3 straight Eastern Conference Finals. Now your second Finals appearance. I mean, you hit it right on the head. At some point, we can't keep just falling short.
Yeah.
Um, and Boston they've gone out and made moves to make their roster better. Bring in
Yeah.
Kristaps. You bring in another perimeter defender and Drew Holiday. So
Mm-hmm.
you and Derek White.
And paid him. Paid Drew Holiday.
Yeah, and Derek White has been playing good basketball
Yeah.
as a reserve. So he's been coming. He will, because KP's kind of been hurt. He's kind of been like the third option
Mm-hmm.
on the offensive side. So, um, I'm looking at the makeup of this roster. Like something's got to give if they lose this finals, and that's why I agree with you when it comes to the pressure part on this. They don't win this final. I mean, obviously, I think you still keep Tatum and Brown. They're young
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
they're not even close to hitting their peak of their prime. So, and they've had so much success of reaching now two finals and so many Eastern Conference finals. You don't break that up. It's
Right.
you looking at what's around them. That where else can we improve? Because they've been making attempts to improve it.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm the other guys not named Tatum or Brown, I'm looking across. I'm looking behind my back, like, hey man, we better win this, or it may not be so sweet for me or the rest of us, because
Yeah.
that front office is gonna look like, nah, ain't no way we getting rid of this duo, especially not even at the top of their prime. You don't break it
Right.
up. So, if I'm Kristaps Porzingis, I'm doing all I can to make sure I get my ass on the court first of all.
Absolutely.
Um, and then making sure that if I get on the court, I need to make sure that I'm contributing. So um, that's probably the only thing I would take it just a step further is just if they don't win this finals, man, and your name ain't Tatum or Brown, ain't no guarantee you're gonna be in that damn Lucky Charm green uniform next year. So we'll see what happens, man. But I think it's gonna be a great series. Obviously, I'm looking out for the matchup of Tatum and Brown, and you can add Drew Holiday in there as Boston's great perimeter defense taking on Luka and Kyrie, two great perimeter scorers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and if they try to take that away, how are they going to? How is Dallas going to rebuttal that? Obviously, Kyrie's probably one of the better finishers in all of basketball. He can get to
Oh,
rim. That's not an issue. So, um,
the
I,
man is hitting 20-foot left hand floaters for game.
bruh, ridiculous.
Two questions for you. All right. Boston wins the series if.
Boston wins the series if they don't allow Luka and Kyrie to get off at the same time.
Okay. Dallas wins the series if.
If they are able to win in the paint like they did against Minnesota, if they're able
Yeah.
to find a way to get some scoring from beyond, obviously they're going to take their shots at the 3 point and all that, but they got to find a way to get some inside scoring. Um, Try to find a way to get those boys active, Lively, Gafford, Jones. And I'm not saying have them guys scoring them 20, 20 plus a game, but they can't. If they contribute 8 to 15 points, I think that'll help put them over the edge. PJ Washington actually in that last series,
Mm-hmm.
um, kind of gave them a good boost and kind of helped Kyrie and Luka not carry the load by themselves. So
Oh yeah,
I'm
he's been
actually
having a great playoff.
yeah, I'm actually looking at PJ Washington, see how involved he can get into this series too. So
Yeah. For me, I'm looking at I guess technically it counts as one matchup, but it's multiple people. As we all know, LeBron James, oldest dude in the NBA right now. Not too far down that list is Al Horford,
yeah,
37.
yeah.
If let's say Porzingis is not available with the
Oof.
lineup that with the lineup that they've been running, if Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively make Al Horford look 37,
They win this series.
yeah, because these two dudes, they are physical, they are athletic, they are masters of their role. They're not trying to do too much. Hey, I'm here to rebound, block shots, and catch lobs when they're thrown.
Hmm.
They have the same job and they understand each other. They're not jealous of each other. Like they're not fighting over and scuffing over minutes. Hey, when I'm in, I'm doing my job to the best of my abilities. They made Rudy Gobert look slow, and he's a relatively athletic dude for a big. Um, they made you've been saying they made Cat look soft.
Oh my gosh.
Al Horford is neither athletic nor really that big of a dude height wise. I mean, he's got he's wide, broad shouldered dude. I saw him at MGM Grand a couple years ago. Um, he really ain't that big of a dude, but yeah, if they make him look like he's 37, jumping all over the place and
I'm with you.
uh, getting them rebounds, because that's the thing. Dallas, they got a lot of 50-50 balls, a lot of the hustle. All the hustle points went their way in that series.
Mm-hmm.
They can't let Dallas look like the more energetic team. Like Boston has to get after it. You got to come out hungry. You got to get after it. Because Dallas ain't doing this to win the championship. They just do it. They just on the floor for no reason. Like their whole team just looks like they're having fun playing basketball, and that's a dangerous thing. Plus, it's almost like I remember LeBron before he went to Miami. He had a thing when he was with this first time out with the Cavs, where it was like basically he told the whole team, "Get me to the fourth quarter. If y'all can get me to the fourth quarter, I will win the game. Yeah, I'll win the game." It's almost like the Mavs players have the same look. Hey, get us to the last 5 minutes. Hey, get us to the last 5 minutes. If we're within a certain range,
We good.
we got you.
Yeah.
And they're playing like it. And it's just like everybody's just doing their thing. They look up at the third. Oh, we down 15. Hey, let's get this to about 8, and let's watch these two go to work.
Facts.
So it's, that's what. Creepy, man. Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah, man. Hey, I this is probably one of the most intriguing finals in a while that we're going to get, man. Because this thing can go so many ways. Because I'm with you on the Kristaps thing. If Kristaps can't play, man, that change for me. That changes a lot for the Celtics. I like Al Horford, but hey, come on, man. Father Time is undefeated for a reason. I feel bad for Al Horford trying to go up against these young bulls, trying to think he could match up with these guys athletically. It just won't happen. It's not a good situation for him. It's not a good situation for Mazzulla to try to come up with a scheme to even use him to try to come up with some type of plan to even utilize him, because other than that, they really don't have too many bigs on that Boston bench if they're down Kristaps to really match up with those athletic bigs of Dallas, man. Ain't too much back, man. You know, Robert Williams he gone. So yeah, he ain't there no more.
Another one I got for you, dude. Do you think Jason Kidd is respected as a coach?
By people like you and me, yeah. By people like you and me, yeah. You're talking heads on your FS1 and ESPN. I don't think they give him the credit yet. And the reason why he gets respect from people like you and me, and for cats that do podcasts and talk basketball, is because that is not an easy task to get two stars like Luka and Kyrie to get them on one page and to get them to this point of making the finals. You still have to coach that. You just can't sit there and just relax on the fact that they're superstars and we're just going to make the finals because we got Kyrie and Luka. Nah, it don't work like that. Like you still have to coach. You still have to actually do X's and O's. You still got to do team building, and you still, for the most part, still have to manage egos to make this work. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. Here come Ron. My man Ron, he good, man. So yeah, I mean, you know, Jason Kidd gets my respect because he took something that I thought wouldn't work and made it happen, man. So Hey man, stop being bitter about your boy Wemby not getting that award, man. We ain't had nothing to do with that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
More
we had
important is but Ron, can we now close the book on this Kyrie or Luka's better than Kyrie thing? Because you were here, sir. You were here in attendance.
he was. He was in attendance.
Yeah, you said he didn't know. He was like, I don't know. Well, have you been enlightened in the last week?
A couple of days. He showed who make it good at it.
What's it? Kid definitely better than Kerr. That's
Ooh.
I'd really have to think about that.
Now I will say this. I do think that Steve Kerr fell into some John Gruden, Tony Dungy type situation where Mark Jackson was building that team to be a juggernaut, and
no doubt,
because of politics, they got rid of Mark Jackson, and Steve Kerr. He rode into a good situation. I don't think anybody can argue that. Steve Kerr rode into a. So I'm actually not. I'm not mad at Ron's take right there, because Steve Kerr definitely fell into a good situation, and the management saw what was starting to get built, and they was like, well, since he's won us the championship, let's just make sure we keep them all together as much as possible. And they got some help from management. You acquire KD, and then you make a couple other championships. So, but man, oof.
But I can't act like Milwaukee didn't exist.
Hey man, when things get bad for the Warriors, they get bad, bro. They get bad. I mean, between
I'm talking about for Jason Kidd.
Ooh.
I can't act like Milwaukee didn't exist.
But do you think he got a fair shake though?
He got 4 seasons.
But come on, Bobby. All he was given was a semi-sharp knife in Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that was it. And not like he was given a lot with that. I mean, you got Giannis, and Giannis, I like Giannis, but we got to keep it real. Giannis is very limited on his offensive game.
True,
but what else was he given? That was it. It was Giannis, and that was it. It wasn't too much offensively he was getting.
I mean, but when they turn around and win a chip like less than 3 years later, that's tough. Because that, like you say, Steve Kerr was handed, and that shows immediately, because it was like Mark Jackson out, Steve Kerr in, championship. Like, okay, yeah, Mark Jackson could have done that easy. We all know that.
Yeah.
But this means that a new coach came in, shut down everything you was doing, reshuffled it, and then turned what you had into a winner. Like, he took your stamp completely off of it, put his own, and brought it home.
I feel what you're saying, but also I feel like the organization gave Budenholzer a little bit more love, because they pretty much fixed the bench. So you add in Lopez, you add in Bobby Portis, you get Drew Holiday. So you getting defense and facilitating. So they gave him a little bit more outside of just Giannis to help him, help build that team up and get it to a point where they won that championship in 21. I just think that they thought it was a good idea to bring Jason Kidd in. They didn't.
You know, White Doc Rivers.
Hey, yo. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh man.
But I mean, to a certain extent, he's not wrong. I think they showed Budenholzer a little bit more love than they did Jay Kidd, man. I think they kind of set my man Jay Kidd up there in Milwaukee, man. You just give him Giannis, and that was it. Come on, we know damn what's his name? What's the shooting guard? Or the small forward? What's his name?
Middleton.
Yeah, we know Middleton wasn't gonna be enough to help Giannis, and that's pretty much all he had was Giannis and Middleton when Kid was playing up coaching up there. Man, ain't expecting a lot from that situation, man.
But still, your next best player was still Chris Middleton.
Come on, man. You
The
don't
second,
Bobby,
Chris Middleton was still the second best player on that team.
Bobby, don't overhype Chris Middleton on this show. Please don't do that.
Oh, I'm not. But when they won the championship, he was still the second best player.
Oh my God.
They didn't get nobody better than Chris Middleton.
That was oh boy. Are we also not gonna like put that championship under a microscope? There's a lot of things that with the Bucks.
No, I mean they upgraded like the third and fourth best player. I'm giving you that, but Chris Middleton was still the second best player. They ain't like they went out and got to do like Devin Booker and nobody's like, all right, nah. He flipped Giannis and he flipped Chris Middleton. It was like, yeah, I'm cool with this. Just upgrade this, that, and I'll feel you.
I mean, Chris Middleton didn't have to do much when Giannis was over there dropping 50 burgers damn near every game.
Chris Middleton teeth slowed Chris Middleton down, but boy got shark teeth.
Well, he Daddy Shark over there. Daddy Shark, do 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 do. Oh, y'all wild, bro.
Man, got a can opener smile.
Oh, yo. Oh, wow. Can opener smile. God damn.
Oh, yeah, Chris Middleton had a game. He had a game, definitely.
If he stays healthy, I would have a different outlook on him. But it's been probably he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, last couple of years he been through it. Especially, I mean, let's see. They just lucky with Kevin Durant wears like a size 17 instead of a 16.
Oh yeah, the little toe right on that big line, man.
Yeah, because that would have eliminated all of this. If that hadn't happened, Chris Paul might be a champion.
Oof. Chris Paul got to deal with the fact that he gonna retire without a chip, man. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
He keeps sticking around thinking he gonna get it. It ain't happening, dog.
I think he'll get one as a coach.
As a coach, yeah. It ain't. It's over as a player, dog.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's OVA over.
It's over.
Yeah, OVA is over. Oh yeah. It is so over as him as a player trying to get a championship. It's OVA.
So prediction for the series. Who you got and how many games?
This is so tough because this thing goes so many ways. My way too early prediction. I'm gonna go Mavs in 6.
Okay.
Mavs in 6.
I truly believe the Boston Celtics are going to win this series. I believe it. I am going to pick the Dallas Mavericks in 7 games.
You a fool for that one, bro.
Because I don't think the Celtics can blow them out, and you don't want to see number 88 with 5 minutes left in the game.
Hey, that's why I went Mavs in 6, man. I'm like, because that's a lot for Tatum, Brown, and Holiday to exert their energy on the defensive side to try to stop them.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sacrifice your offensive energy to stop them.
Absolutely.
And if you have no energy on offense, Tatum's not hitting shots, Brown's not hitting shots. I like Derek White. You're going to rely on Derek White to get your buckets? That's a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, they're going to be spending a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing around Kyrie and Luka.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot.
Dallas 6, but this is a lose-lose for me. Hey, you're gonna have to listen to it.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know what else is gonna take to win this series? A lot of mental fortitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of mental fortitude. And with that, oh, messing up. It is that time, y'all.
Yes, sir.
I meant to check in, and I call myself bad on me. I have been a bad co-host. 'Cause I like went away from everything that started the fit check, and what it started with was just that, the checking in, and we got away from that. But see, it's never too late to look yourself in the mirror, and uh, according to the great American poet that is Aaliyah, you can pick yourself up and start again.
Hey
And
yo.
that's what I'm gonna do here. That's what I'm gonna do
Yo.
here. So let me start that off, man. Our mental check in with the three questions: Are you good? Are you okay? And do you need anything from me? And listen to the phrasing of the questions, people out there. Do you need anything from me? Often as men, we look at our partners and we go, "Yo, you straight? You good? You need anything?" That's open. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to come from you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need anything from me? What? How can I be of service? That's important, man. When you're talking to your people. So I pose those three questions to you, good sir, as we start this mental health check.
Oh man, probably the only thing I need from you, my brother, is just always, just that support. Not just with the show, but and I'm guilty of it too. I got to do a little bit more checking in on you and making sure everything's good and copacetic your way too. So, yeah, man, just even just a quick text, hey man, bro, how your day going, man? I hope all is well. Um, just things like that, man. And trust me, I'm a definitely a reciprocate the same. Because I got to get better at it. I think I hate the fact that I get lost in my own world that I
It
forget
happens, man.
hey, trust me, I think firsthand, man. It's you get kind of stuck in your normal day routine that you just forget to check in with friends and family. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely something that I've been fighting to get better at too. So yeah, man, everything's well. Kids are well. I don't know about too well. The kids are out of school. These little muffins are eating up everything. Uh,
Everything.
oh my God, they eating up everything. Uh, unless, unless you can find a babysitter for me, shit. Like, I need a way. No, no, no. I love my kids, but damn it, I cannot wait for school to get back in session. August can't get here quick enough. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but no, yeah, man. Just enjoying time, man. Me and the wife, we've been better at going on, as much as possible. Let the
Right.
grandparents spend time with the babies, and we kind of go off and just do a little reconnect date. So,
Yeah, that's
that,
great to hear.
yeah, man, that's been good. Uh, as far as everything else, obviously work wise and business wise with these podcasts, man. As tiring as the grind never stops, and man, I'm just gonna keep grinding till the breakthrough happens, man. And then when the breakthrough happens, I'm gonna grind even more. So, man,
Yep.
that's as far as it goes right there, man. So, man, how you doing over there mentally, man, my brother?
You know what? I'm good. I'm okay, and I would just put the same, man. Just the only thing I would need from you is that occasional check in. Just make sure I'm not like overthinking shit. Yo, you good, man? You graphics alright, everything. Cause that's what I'm like. It's just like you. It's easy to lose. It just takes a split second for something to take your mind off what you need to do. Someone said like spoke to my grandmother today, and like I've been meaning to call her since Monday. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
But it only takes that one. Like, oh, let me call my grandmother. Then my son can, hey dad, can I have a sandwich? Yeah, go ahead. What was I about
Yeah.
to do? Just that quick. You know you didn't, and then things just compound. Oh, let me check on this. Let me check on that. Oh, the game on. Let me watch a couple minutes of that. You know, just life just happens so fast that we can put things to the wayside, and we can put people to the wayside so quick without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like that. Like that's the unfortunate thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're putting people to the wayside, and that uh, as a people we definitely need to get better, and uh, and hold each other accountable, man. Like hold each other accountable without guilt,
Mm.
because that we are good for that, man. We good. I think I think we just love to make each other feel guilty because because if I make you feel guilty, I I can get something from you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Not to let that little trump card over your head. Like, let's do it without the get, man. Hey, you know what? I was feeling this. I could have used you, but hey, just in the future, hey, get at me. You know what I mean? We could do it. We could let people know how we feel without making them feel like shit. Like,
Nah, no doubt, no doubt. And
uh,
hanging stuff over people's head. I feel you. I feel you, man.
yeah. And it's just like I'll use myself as an example. Me and my aunt had a conversation last week, and I went home last year. I left. She was feeling some type of way. I was feeling some type of way, and we had a conversation. She let me know how she was feeling, and I let her know why I was feeling how I was feeling. And it was just kind of like, it wasn't a yelling back for it. It was just like, oh, okay, you this. Well, let me now inform you on why I was feeling the way I was feeling. We just, had a normal human conversation about it, and we moved on with life.
Mm.
Like everything doesn't have to go sideways and doesn't have to weigh on your mind, because that's the biggest part, man. We weigh on each other's mind, and then you want to put people to the side. And guess what? When somebody get on your nerves, the next three people that come in your path, they gonna get it, and they ain't gonna even have nothing to do with why you mad.
Facts. Nah,
So
that's yeah.
yeah, like let's just try and remove these stressors, and I'll take that I'll take that and kick off my challenge for the week. I'll just, do this week. Think about five things that really trigger you into being stressed. Whether it be you're an impatient driver,
Mm.
I am guilty 100%. No matter what it is, thinking about five things that stress you out, and just pick one and really, really, really try and hash it out this week. Try and eliminate it.
Mm.
Just think about why. Why does it stress you out? Why do you? First of all, think about why does it let you? Why do you let it stress you out? Because that's huge. A lot of things, and I feel this is my opinion. I ain't no psychiatrist, no doctor. This is my opinion. I feel that we let things get to us. So the key to stopping it is like, how do you then stop it from letting it stress you out? So think about five things that trigger you, and let's just try and get rid of one within the next week. Just one.
Mm.
That's my challenge to everybody.
I
What you got
like
for the
it. I
folks?
like it. I like it. I dig it. Um, Man, let me think of something that I was over here messing around and forgot to even come up with a damn challenge this week. For real, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
Like I said, we just talking about life gets in the way, man. It doesn't.
Yeah. um, man, I challenge parents. This is gonna be a challenge for
Okay.
the parents this week. Um, Sit down and just spend time with your kids for a minute, because they be begging for our attention. Hey, daddy, do this with me, do that with me. Just uh, you know, uh, just take the moment that they ask, just stop what you're doing and actually just do it. Just spend
Just
time
right
with them.
over there. I can dig it.
Just like literally, just immediately, just you know what? Let me put this work down for a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
or let me put this craft down. I've been meaning to get to it, but you know what? Because I'm guilty of it, man. I get so caught up with trying to provide for the life for my kids
Mm.
that I forget to actually live the life with my kids. And
Feel like you're talking to me because I'm that dude. I'll be doing some kind of design. Hey, Dad, let me finish.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm a challenge us parents. The moment that our kids come calling for our attention, let's just pause on what we are doing and give them that attention for that moment, and maybe hell color a picture with them or play little tic
there you
tac
go.
toe, whatever they want to do, or whatever, because my daughters always, I get stuck with, I got daughters, so I get stuck with they want to make up and put the damn break my skin out makeup on my face. So I'm obliged this week and look like a clown as they paint me all crazy on the face, and I'm just gonna, I ain't gonna like it inside, but I'm gonna make them feel like it's important to them. So because
Yeah,
that's something that I can get better at. I just think we just can't continue to just as parents just get so caught up in trying to provide the life for them, but enjoy the life with our kids. Because
yeah,
hey man, if hey, we all know, especially us as adults, man, life will humble you real quick. So um yeah, man, just take the time out and enjoy the killings, man. So that's our challenge to our parents, to the parents out this week. So
all right. And we'll close out our fifth Friday on this with the quote of the week that will be up later on social platforms. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you.
mm,
That's from Dan McMillan or Dan Millman, excuse me. So
I
say
like
it
that.
again. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you.
Mm,
So, and we'll put that away right there. And before we get out of here, um, as always, whether you're a newbie or this coming in, I challenge you both to understand that someone in Cleveland loves you both. Thank you, Auntie. That's my Auntie. We appreciate it and we reciprocate that love by doing the
hey,
best job that we can every week, week in and week out.
always, I love it.
Uh, with that being said, like I said, whether you're a newbie or a veteran of the podcast, do me a favor, follow the instructions on your screen. Go ahead,
Yes, sir.
hit that like button for us. Go ahead, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn your notifications on so you know the next time that you can be heard, which is every Friday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And for myself and the homie Wildcard Mar, thank you all. Comments, Ron, Rod, Suzanne, and for those who just want to sit back and hear the conversation. And also remember, if you don't want to look at our beautiful faces, every Friday at midnight, podcast is also available audibly, no pun intended, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music, and wherever you receive your podcasts. So for the homie Wildcard Moore and myself, this has been
Yes,
All the
sir.
Sports Podcast, and until next week,
We out.
peace.